Hello, my name's Cros, and today I've got a very, very important message for you, and it's all about the power of forgiveness. And I'm prepared to go back to a point in my life which was a very, very low point in my life, and I understand that the teachings say don't revisit those times, but I'm doing it because I'm at such a point now where it doesn't affect me, it doesn't change my vibrations by me going back to that time, but I want to revisit that time so that it possibly might help you. About 10 years ago, I woke up one morning and a business that I had spent an awful lot of money and time building up went. Someone that I had taken, educated and made a director of the company had gone to visit our contractors, our people that we did the work for, and done a deal to do the stuff for less money. And overnight I got up that morning and everything I'd worked for 40 odd years had gone. I was desolate, I just didn't know what to do. That's a very valuable message that I can help pull you through. Basically what had happened, let's draw me here. This is Cros. Not very happy in these days. Okay. Okay, there's me. Put my glasses on. And I'm dragging what I consider to be a 10-ton weight. Okay? Because I had lost everything. Okay, and in the wash up everything had gone because the business had gone, and obviously that was paying me my income, it was doing all the bits, so literally I had gone for all money, and I wanted to kill absolutely every day. I wanted the terrible things that I wanted to do to the person that had done this to me. But so I'm walking around with this, dragging this weight behind me, and that went on for about 10 years. Maybe not as long as that, maybe 7 years. But I'm dragging this weight behind me all that time, okay? And then I studied and I found, and I read about the power of forgiveness. And it said that somewhere in your life, there is someone that you've got to forgive. Someone who's done something really dastardly to you, and you've got to forgive them. And I was doing this with my wife, and I said, well, yeah, well, I can think of a few people. I said, but it ain't gonna be the guy that did this to me. There's no way that I can forgive him, because I just, every day I was carrying this thing around me. It was affecting every decision I made, and all of a sudden I was trying to get back in 5 minutes what it took me 40 years to get. It was a terrible state of affairs. But I said, I will do anything, but I am not forgiving the guy. Well, let's actually put him up here like that. Okay. Big smile on his face because he's nicked all my money. Okay, that's the haircut he had as well, funny enough. But so I'm not going to forgive him. For whatever happens, I will forgive anyone else, but I won't forgive him. But then it went on to say, it must be the one that's going to have the most effect on you doing it. So we decided that we were going to do it, and we wrote a letter saying that we forgive you for all that you've done, and we hope that this, that and the other happens, and that your life is going to be happy, and we genuinely forgive you. Now, I've got to admit, I think I had my fingers crossed behind me back a little bit, but I was trying to do it because it was such an important part of the teachings, okay? So we wrote this guy a letter, but through a set of circumstances, it worked out that I actually ended up on the phone to him. And I said to him, Mike, I really forgive you for what you did. That's all that I want to say. I don't want you to feel upset or anything at all about what you did. I totally forgive you. Enjoy spending my money. I really hope everything goes well for you. And I did it with sincerity, sent a letter. Now, the funny thing that happened was, that disappeared. I had genuinely meant it. That disappeared. And from that day, things started to get better, because all the time during this 7 years that I'm dragging it around, I'm trying to do things, but I'm trying to do things for the wrong reason. I'm trying to do things to get money to go to him, to have a go at him. I wasn't doing it for the right reasons, but immediately that I got rid of it, I felt reborn, as if I'd been operated on. I felt absolutely fabulous. And it was then I learned a thing that said that if forgiveness and bearing a grudge, right? Bearing a grudge is like you taking the drugs and expecting someone else to die. Because all the time I'm carrying this round and I've got miserable, I'm hating my life, he's not even thinking about it. So how much punishment is he getting from me feeling bad, dragging this weight around? So forgiveness is the greatest thing, because the one who suffers is the guy that you're forgiving, because if he sees that you're just carrying on as normal, then that gives him a little bit of a twinge, supposedly. If not, it doesn't matter. But the thing is that once you release your hate of that other person, you get on with your life. So forgiveness is such a beautiful, beautiful thing, okay? Very difficult, and as I say, I had a lot of trouble with it, but you can't have degrees of forgiveness. You can't say that that person's done that wrong on a scale from 1 to 10, he's only a 5, he's a 7, he's an 8, he's a 9, he's a 10, but we only forgive people from 7 down. You've got to forgive everyone. And once you let go of it, I'm telling you, all of a sudden, Croz had a big smile on his face. And that is the exact point in my life when things changed. When these teachings, all of a sudden, they meant something, and my life just went from, it was terrible really, with dragging this horrible weight around all the time, to I just felt so different, and that's where all the teaching started making sense. And then I went from here to here, okay? But it didn't happen in 5 minutes, as a lot of people expect it to happen in 5 minutes. It doesn't, okay? But once you start, it's just like the journey of 1,000 steps. It always starts with the first step. Once you start, it happens, okay? So that's a little thing. Forgiveness, the greatest thing that you can do. Anyone that you've got anything at all that is bothering you, is driving you mad, and you're carrying the problems of it around with you, forgive them. It's the greatest thing you'll ever do. Okay? Try it. Thanks very much.